The problem with shonen anime.
What if I said to you all shonen anime is the same? For some of you that may not come as a surprise. For others, well, allow me to explain. Chances are you've seen at least one shonen series in your quest through the anime trenches. If you're most people, you probably watched either AOT, Naruto, Dragon Ball, My Hero, Demon Slayer, the list goes on. All of these shows have different settings, characters, and rules to the world, but what they all share is the same story skeleton. One that is far overused and needs a remodel. The model in question here is none other than the hero's journey. For those of you who have been through high school, that may strike a chord in the old Pandora box of memories. The hero's journey is often characterized by a call for an adventure, two people to aid the protag on his journey, a mentor, and usually a journey about discovering one's true potential to defeat the bad man before returning home. And there's nothing wrong with this story setup. It tends to be in a lot of them in some shape or form, but what is the problem here, especially in shonen anime, is that creators seem to not
I feel like that storyline is pretty fire, you know what I'm saying?
Be interested in mixing it up a bit, changing some things around for, something that isn't three characters and their mentor moving in the same continuous cycle for 700 episodes.
That's not every shonen, but
were a good one, but the same can't be said for your shitty sequel. You hear me a lot of my videos making jokes that characters are like Sasuke or Naruto or Sakura, and that's just because they are. Even down to a lot of the tropes they are based around. Just look at any main trio of characters. They tend to blend together if you look hard enough. This in itself is not the problem that needs to be faced and changed. It's more the lack of imagination and courage to move outside the norm. Take Jujutsu Kaisen, for example. Great show, amazing animation, entertaining. But from a critical perspective, the show is way too predictable. It's already said it's—
What I mean, if he just said the anime is entertaining, great show, likable characters, great animation, what are you complaining about? It's predictable, but what is it? Okay, I'm gonna let him explain.
To follow the hero's journey to the T, and that's the problem I see we're being faced with. Too many shows lately want to follow what I'll call the perfect hero's journey, recycling the same elements of a plot, but with different looking characters and settings, pressed towards a fight with the big bad at the end of the series in a huge conflict. Now, what I want here—
I mean, not every shonen is like that, but I mean, most of them are. But I mean, it's still a good format of shonen because shonen is a very successful, type of anime. So they're gonna keep using that blueprint because everyone likes that blueprint. They're gonna keep using what they know people like. They're not gonna test out different blueprints. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I see what he's saying. But at the same time, it's still entertaining. It's still good. You feel me? But I mean,
here is some spice in my life. Set my heart ablaze with some crazy leaps of faith. Something that feels like the author wrote it not to please an audience, but because he wants it to happen. I won't go into detail.
So he wants something that doesn't please the audience.
When I read it, it felt like the ending was written as to not upset anyone, which upset everyone. Isayama set Eren up in a way that felt like his development up to the last chapter was completely disregarded at the end, just to seemingly keep the continuum of the perfect hero's journey. But hey, maybe it's just me that thinks that. A more formulaic example of a series is none other than Demon Slayer.
Demon
It
Slayer
follows
does have
the
a
journey
basic plot.
insanely linear.
It does
Two
have a
pals,
basic plot.
a mentor, death of a mentor, return after battle, back into the cycle with small differences. The problem Demon Slayer faces the hardest is the growth in characters, especially Tanjiro. Getting stronger does not equal character development.
Talking about character development.
He's a goody good.
Okay, let me think about this. Does Demon Slayer have character development? I don't know. I think about it. Zenitsu has character development. I'm not gonna spoil for people in the manga who didn't read the manga, but Zenitsu has character development. I think that's about the way I can think of off the top of my head, though.
Hard worker to the end, but he just feels like a really shallow character who doesn't really change over the series. Basic protags are sometimes done intentionally though, so I'll let that rest here. Anyway, you get my point. Shonen anime has the creativity of a Wall Street broker. But wait, there is still hope, my friends. I think it's pretty creative with abilities and all that type of stuff. Have elements of the hero's journey. They are without a doubt used in a meaningful manner. There isn't much in this show that you can pin down as formulaic. Our protag is very much a villain. Point one for something that's different. He has a mentor that tells him about his new found.
He didn't say that I've been Attack on Titan. I don't care what I say. Aaron's a villain. Aaron's a villain. Cry, cope, suffer, cry, mangle. Shit. Aaron's a villain.
Power, but he keeps his distance, acting as but a watcher for most of the time. Point two, he has helpers, but they are often used to be cast aside to benefit protag's selfish goals. Point three, the main antagonist dies before the journey is even concluding. Controversial. Point four, there's the basic call to adventure of the Death Note dropping out of the sky, but most other elements of the journey are warped, changed in ways to make for a more interesting experience. The hero's journey wasn't supposed to be as formulaic as it's become. As shown in this diagram, the beginning and the end and our known products. We know somehow our hero will overcome. What we don't know is how he'll get there, who he'll meet, what he'll change. But lately, the known part of the story has bled into what should be unknown. Character tropes become all the character is, with no personal aspects to him. Helpers that the hero meets become more predictable and similar from story to story.
He's not giving examples,
guy
though.
overshadowed by protag, funny, powerful friendship guy, logical support person, knowledgeable, cool mentor. There's nothing wrong with stories that have these character types. It's just that the sheer amount and the lack of deeper personality can be problematic. AOT has these elements, but it succeeded in making the character morph out of just being that. The time skip showed them more mature, showed them feeling more of the weight of what they're doing, which was already starting to bloom in the 3rd season. Before then, you could make a strong argument that it was just following the basic formula. This journey went from the unknown, being known, to becoming unknown again by making their characters transcend their original shackles of their character trope. A perfect saying. If you've gathered anything from what I've said at this point, I want it to be that the hero's journey isn't bad, but it's how it's being used is the problem. I want more variety in how they're told. Obviously, the hero's journey aspect will be
I think the hero's journey aspect is more of what people are looking for in a shonen. That's the whole point of shonen. You feel me? It's not necessarily a problem, because if you don't want the hero's journey, there's other types of animes to watch. But shonen is like, it's like a group of like the hero's journey, and most of shonen, not all, but most of it. So I feel like that's just what shonen does. It's not really a problem, it's just what they do. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a problem, it's just what they do. It's not like shonen, it's not the only anime to exist. You know, you could go watch a different type of anime that's not shonen. So I mean, I don't really see it as a problem.
For popular dynamic for a genre made for young lads. But I think there is something to be found in how stories like Death Note, Code Geass, or hell even Spy Family bring a different feel to the same archetype of story. At the very least, writers should look towards stories like Chainsaw Man or JoJo to see how to spice up the journey and not stray too far from the path. JoJo does well to parody the journey, basically saying, this is every hero's journey in a nutshell, and now we're gonna do it 5 times. Chainsaw Man says, look, we got all the basic setups you're used to in this shit. Now we're gonna fuck it all up in the second half. So yeah, bear in mind, not all shonen are predictable and formulaic. It'd be like saying all isekai follow the same path. While 95% are doing the same shit, there's 5% out there that sets its own path ablaze, making some A-tier content. Same applies here. All some of these shows need to go from meh to, hey, that's pretty good, is some stylistic choices.
I think he's missing the bigger picture here, that every single show or most show that I have watched are entertaining as hell and actually intrigue me and make me want to click on the next episode. But I think
deciding, hey, this character's really fucking basic, let's flesh him out and make him something unique, or hey, the plot here is really
like there's like many kids like Naruto. I don't think Naruto's basic, I don't think Luffy's basic, I don't think Natsu's basic, I don't think Ichigo's a little bit basic, but I think he's like a step above basic. You feel me? Goku's definitely not basic. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Then like the thing talk about like Tanjiro and like character development, you feel me? There's multiple shonens who have character development. Like look at Naruto, for example, look at Sasuke, for example, look at there's multiple characters who have character development. Especially look at Vegeta. It's mostly the side cast that really has the development, because people, they don't want to change the originate of the character unless it's like Aaron or something that has like a little twist to it.
And dragging. Let's do something here that's unusual to create tension in the story. Better yet, for you shonen out there who think more is better, hey, this story is so fucking long that a portion of our audience is probably gonna die before it's finished. Then we should work towards an actual conclusion instead of dragging it along until
we One Piece pacing is fucking ass. I fucking hate One Piece pacing. I'll read the manga and anime at the same time.
People's Republic of Anime. Don't be afraid to be different.
Damn, hold on, any kind of cheat. Dumb. Holy shit.
Add that spark to the story that'll give you some momentum and tension. There's more to the making of a hero's journey than following patterns, so use that oddity known as creativity to make something only you can do.
Honestly, I think shonen's creativity, he's focusing on the wrong part of creativity. I think shonen's creativity is from like showing their abilities and a brighter side of a character. Showing like Bleach, for example. Bleach has a whole bunch of different abilities that no one in any anime has seen before. That's the creativity in Bleach. There's always an anime creativity in a certain anime. Like Demon Slayer creativity is how they use breathing styles. That's their creativity, which I think is pretty cool. Which he's not looking at.
Ingredient. Cheers. Wake me up when Death Note 2 drops. I love you, Johnny.
Was he cooking or was he not cooking? I don't think he was really cooking. You know what I'm saying? I just think he's just kind of just chatting a little bit. But yeah, I don't know what you think in the comments, man. I love y'all, man. Catch y'all next time.